All right, fellas. So like last week, we kind of got into the girls real tough. We got on them a little tough. So we want to address these guys and why they can't find a good woman. What's wrong with them? What's going on? And one of the first big reasons is lies. You know, guys tell lies. We tell lies about a lot of things, and not no little white lies. We talking about real big lies they tell.
Yeah, you got guys out here who lie on their kids, lie about having kids, lie about who they want to be with and how they want to be with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's a real big problem. I remember when I was at Clarion, it just to show the difference in how black people date versus like other races. When I was at Clarion, I remember I went to Walmart with a girl who we were celebrating one of the wrestlers' birthdays. And so, right next to Walmart was a movie theater, and I saw one of the guys that I knew she had been talking to.
Right.
Going into movies with another woman. So instantly, you know, I'm from Cleveland, I'm thinking like, oh shit. It's about to go down. And so I'm watching her, you know, they wave at each other, he waves, she smiles. I'm watching her for about 5 minutes and she's cool. She don't look mad, she don't look upset, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So eventually I just asked her, I'll say, okay, wasn't that old boy? She was like, yeah. I'm like, well, aren't y'all together, you know, talking? She was like, oh, but we're just dating. I was like, oh shit.
Right.
Wow. You know, she's like, yeah, we're just dating, we're not exclusive.
Right.
And so it was amazing to me because coming from the area that we come from, a lot of times, you take a woman on a date and
you go together.
If you take another woman on a date, you in some shit. And so a lot of guys feel like they have to basically lie to see multiple women at the same time.
Right.
You know, but I took that as a lesson because from that point on, every woman I dated, I would take them to dinner and we would have this exact same story. And I give them the option, like, you can mess with me under these terms, or we can just be cool, or we can be nothing. I'm not going to, force you to be anything. And the surprising thing is not one woman ever said no. I never had one woman tell me that she wasn't cool with me dating other people when I explained it to her from the very beginning.
That's how it should be, though.
Yeah, it's dating.
Because you're dating, right?
Yeah, right.
You trying to find your mate. I'm not trying to get hooked up right now. I don't know nothing about you.
Right. Well, we got to go together.
Yeah.
Check the box.
Right.
Check yes and no.
Man, I don't even know if I like you yet.
Right.
You don't even know me.
You know, I always compared it to going to like a job fair and just stopping at the first table.
Right.
For 2 hours.
Right.
Until they basically say some shit that you don't like, and then you're like, well, fuck it, I'm going to go to the next table.
They might have had a nice pitch, but you know, you got to the other end where your dream job.
Go, I'm say,
Yeah, so guys definitely have to keep them a little more honest. And the thing about it is, I think women really respected the fact that they knew where I was coming from the very beginning. Even if it was real foreign to them, and you could tell it was a little odd and weird for them, but they could just respect the fact that they didn't have to worry about me coming up with some bullshit.
Hey, you gotta think about it. Ain't nobody ever told them nothing like that. You gotta think about it. Ain't no guy ever came sat down and said, look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna be dating. I'm gonna be dating other people. I'm trying to find my mate.
Yeah.
She probably, whoa.
It's maturity.
Right.
And then once you get this relationship on false pretenses, it's doomed.
Yeah.
It's a doomed future because the lie that you came up with is the one you're gonna have to live with through this whole relationship, and most lies are not sustainable.
You gotta remember that lie.
And then that's the same guy saying, I don't know why she's standing outside my house.
Right.
With a damn
screaming my name.
crowbar beating my windows in because your ass been lying.
One thing I had to realize also is it's not always deliberately a lie. It's what you didn't say.
Yeah.
That it is what you let be implied through your actions.
Right.
You know, y'all kicked it every day last week. She like, damn, I don't see him talking on the phone to anybody else.
Yeah.
Looks like it's just me.
Together. Right.
It's deception.
It's
It's not sustainable.
What about the guys that lies about having kids or not having kids?
Oh, yeah. I've heard the dudes who sit up and say, call their son their nephew.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Just straight out.
Wow.
Yeah, my sister, gotta pick my sister's kid up. You know, all types of shit. You know, and so it's like, dude, man up. I remember I had a woman tell me that because she has a baby father, if you want to put it like that, and he's a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But she was like, Ed, I'm telling you, I ain't no dumb chick. This dude was actually calling me, talking about, I just dropped my daughter off and blah, blah, blah. And he would always come with every couple weeks he talked about how his child support came out, all that shit. Like, he had a full story. He would disappear every other Saturday. On Wednesdays, he would say he had a daughter and all that. Turned out this nigga never saw his kid.
Wow.
But he had a full story about,
right,
parenting.
Right.
Every other Wednesday,
right.
I got my daughter today, so I ain't gonna be able to get with you. Every other Saturday, he's on that. I got my baby girl, blah blah blah. I'm gonna go pick her up some of this, some of that.
So he dated somebody else? Is that what that was? She never found out. Never found out.
The thing was, she had a kid with the dude, and she felt like an idiot because he was an asshole. He's a piece of shit.
He was making himself seem like he was a good father.
He sold a good ass story.
Yeah.
And I know her. She's not a gullible girl. She's a smart woman. But these dudes lie. Sometimes a lie is so big that it's like, okay, you don't even expect the lie.
It can't be a lie.
Yeah, like, why would you lie?
I was about to say, that's what she was thinking. Why would he lie about this? He has the kid. Why would you lie about it?
To show you we have such a lack of talent. These dudes should be lawyers.
You are not using your talents wisely.
Exactly.
How you for lying? Shit.
Right.
Yeah. And it's just like the thirst level. These guys get so caught up in thinking with the Johnson that they can't even tell an honest lie.
I'm about to say, they're telling a lie because they thinking what they Johnson. This is what the lie is from. A lie about everything, so I can sleep with her.
Yeah.
And it's all being a sucker at the end of the day. You might be getting what you want temporarily or at the moment, but
it's gonna come back on you.
It's on some sucker shit.
Yeah.
I looked at in the Urban Dictionary, and the definition for that is thinking with your penis, cognition which is tamed by horniness. When man makes decision intended to satisfy short-term goals of his penis and falls to considerable long-term consequences of his action. Did I get that?
Yeah, that makes complete sense.
Fellas think with their dick all the time. Yeah. And that's got many men in trouble, and it will continue to. Anywhere from the president to emperors to back in ancient times.
What's that? Samson and Delilah?
Definitely. I think between the lying and the thinking with your dick, it's a lot of times it's I don't want to lose it.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose it.
But you don't even want her though.
Right.
That's
half
the
the time
thing.
you don't even
want her. You just don't want to lose her.
You don't want nobody else to have her.
Right.
And that's that male ego. Right. You don't want nobody else to have her, even though you don't want her yourself.
Trying to have a possession. You only can possess her if you put a ring on her finger. Then that can be your woman.
Yeah.
Most of the
you
time.
can't. Right. Most of the sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes they might let you in, but you can't be playing the field and thinking you gonna own every woman you talk to. Like, that's gonna be mine. That's gonna be mine. You can't do that to that. That's unfair to the women.
And that child support will have you hemmed up with you lying.
I'm thinking with your thing, that'll have you on child support, and you in the heat of the moment, and you out here mess around with different females, and you decide, you know what, ain't no protection or nothing. This is I'm thinking with my thing. You wake up the next day like, damn.
And you a supplemental income.
Now she got residual income.
Or you're a grown ass man without a license.
Right, because you decided you ain't paying.
What the fuck, man?
But these same guys, and the reason why I think a lot of guys do that is they got the baby boy complex. They want the women to take care of them. They're trying to extend the umbilical cord from their mama to their girlfriend to their wife.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of dudes just won't get their finances together. And here's the thing that kills me. If you spend half the time learning some other shit besides women, your finances will be on point. But you're so busy trying to chase women that you don't know shit about a dollar, and so you try to get women to provide for you everything that you have in life.
Wasn't that you that was talking to us on the side about how somebody can be not successful because they're chasing the booty around too much.
Oh yeah, all day. I mean,
Focus is off.
yeah, completely off. I mean, and that's one of the main things that can contribute to it. You run around all day trying to chase this, trying to chase that, chasing skirts. I mean, how can you focus that much on the females and still be successful at the same time? It's just not possible. And when you're looking for these women to take care of you, or sometimes guys ain't focusing on success enough because they let a woman do all the success thinking and all of that stuff. She gonna take care of the kids. She gonna bring home something to eat. She got the car. She gonna bring the income tax check home. Nigga, I'm just playing this game. That's all I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna play the game all day. I'm gonna drop her off at work, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna play the game. But she's gonna bring home food. She's gonna prepare it and all that, just like a mama or something like that.
And there wouldn't be nothing wrong with that per se if that's y'all agreement in your household. If she the breadwinner and you supposed to be taking care of the house, you gotta take care of the house. You can't play Xbox all day. You gotta take care of the kid, not drop the kid off at the babysitter and go back home. Then you go back home and play Xbox. That's no, dude, take care of the kid. You got your woman spending extra money on the babysitter when you can be taking care of it.
And not only that, at least know how to clean the house.
Yeah, all that.
And we got YouTube. You got too many resources around here for you not to know how to do anything.
Oh, get you some money though. Damn all that.
You're gonna need to get some money.
Even if you a stay-at-home dad or whatever.
Unless you staying at home and Oprah going to work, nigga, you need to get you some money.
Some money.
Exactly.
Stedman got a job.
Right, Stedman got a job.
But just in case, this dude has.
Yeah, I mean, contribute if you down on your luck. Contribute if shit just ain't going right for you.
Well, it should be a permanent condition.
But yeah, it's no excuse for a dude to just be at the house chilling, playing video games. Kid is at the daycare. Right. Woman's at work, and your ass is living it up off some female. It's just not. That's just not some man.
And referring back to the movie Baby Boy, he did do that, right? Yeah. He went out, got him a hustle, making money. Yeah. But what he do with it? He blew the money going to get rims and buying all this stuff he didn't need. If he'd have been stacking that money and kept doing what he doing and bought more clothes to sell, he would have been better off for it, but he went and got rims.
Exactly.
That's not what you want. You don't want to spend your money, you wasting your money now.
I mean, you can't let the female be the man in the relationship and still expect to be respected as the man.
Exactly.
Then you wonder why she don't respect you, her family don't respect you, the kids don't respect you.
Because you're not respected.
Right, you're not respectful. You're not a man.
Making horrible decisions.
Right, you want to act like a boy and you want people to treat you like a man. And you wonder why things ain't working out.
And it's such that ugly trend of the young lady in the house, the daughter or the son, repeating the same cycle. Either the son becomes that dude, or the daughter goes and gets that dude.
And then too, when it comes to like the baby mom thing and all of that, one of the things I can't stand is when the dude uses the baby mom relationship to string a woman along. Every guy knows that the woman who has had his child has a desire to want that family unit to be together.
Sometimes it's a fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, some of them had the kid to try to be together in the first place. But dudes knowing this, with no intentions of being with the woman, will still call and try to get ass and spit that bullshit to try to get them to say, come on over, and so just basically to sleep with them.
Right. I'm gonna come spend some time with you and the kid and all that.
And here's the deal: if you want to string along a woman, guys do it. But don't, when you do it in that situation, you're stringing along a kid.
You're using the kid.
You're using the kid. You can't do that and not hurt that child. You got a kid waking up wondering if daddy's gonna be home this morning, waking up hearing y'all asses argue because you lying. It ain't that serious. And move on so you can preserve the relationship between
you and the kid.
You and the kid's mother, so y'all can have a successful parenthood together.
And that's a quick way to get hot grits poured on you, like Al Green did.
Real talk.
Hot grits.
You know, a lot of problem with a lot of guys is, they just not a real man in the first place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want a real woman, you want a career woman, you want somebody that's doing this, that's got this going for themselves, whatever, and you're not a real man. Why? What would make her want you?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
You ain't no good.
Right.
Yeah.
What makes him not a real man?
There's a lot of things. Some of the things we just talked about, the whole baby boy syndrome, if any of that applies to you, then don't even think you a teenager, you better yet a real man.
You acting like an adolescent.
At least a teenager, when I was a teenager, I at least went to work.
And you just got bad priorities. I mean, you got cats who will spend $1,000 on a jacket and they ain't got no damn car.
Right.
What type of dude is you?
Right.
You know?
Or shoes.
Man,
Shoes.
last day in winter, man, I was driving down the street. It's cold as hell outside. And I peeped this dude. I looked over and peeped this dude at the bus stop. He got on Jordans and Beat by Dre headphones. Where are your priorities at right there? You got on some $300 headphones and some $150 shoes and you getting on the bus.
That's why
Shouldn't the car be the first priority there so you can get back and forth to work on time?
But he didn't pay his child support.
So he cool.
So he
can't
go.
drive nowhere.
He can't
He
drive.
gotta look
Nigga, his
good
child
on the
support
bus.
$10,000. This fit was only $400.
Hey, you know what really kills me?
I'm with it, nigga.
When you lose your license for child support, your shit is like $200 a month.
Right.
Like, what type of dude is you?
Like it don't really cost $200 a month to raise a kid.
You're buying video games every fucking month, but you don't pay your child support, so you gotta catch the bus and ride with people on some $200 a month.
That's so funny. I didn't even know you lost your license. Seriously?
It's a felony, man.
Why you think nobody
I didn't know.
drives
I got all my kids. I ain't know.
I tell you,
I didn't know this happened.
Good for you. Yeah.
with my moving company, in order to drive a moving truck, you know, it ain't like renting a U-Haul.
What's the name of the moving
It's
company?
Move for Less. It's basically better for heights, got affordable rates, great service.
Sweet.
www.move4lessllc.com.
All right.
I think I heard of that place.
Yeah, but in order to drive, you have to have what? A license.
Yeah.
So I might interview, and this is no lie, I might interview 50 people. I might have in the ad that is for a driver.
Right.
Out of those 50 people, 10 might have a valid driver's license. 10 might have a valid driver's license. Out of those 10, you know, for one reason or another, 3 of them might actually be insurable.
Okay.
But out of 50 people, maybe 10 people having a driver's license, and the main reason is usually child support and stuff like that.
And how many of them want to be paid under the table?
Because of child
They
support.
don't have to pay their
So
child support.
if I had to tell one more person I'm not paying you under the table,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Why would you even waste your time? That's
Because eventually somebody's gonna tell them yes, and they ducking their responsibility and shitting on their kids.
That's true. Yeah, so having kids is one thing. Paying your child support doesn't make you financially unstable per se. I mean, that's something you're supposed to do because you the father.
Right.
So yeah, it's your job to create different streams of income.
Yes.
Whatever that might be. You can do whatever you got. It's a lot of stuff you can do that can create a different stream of income that don't cost that much money.
Yeah,
you can be a personal trainer. You can do things.
But what if you say that, you know, he has an Xbox tournament that supersedes him getting a job? Because I know Madden can be very important.
Depending on where your priorities
To the
are.
immature, yes.
It might be.
I haven't owned a Madden game in almost 10 years.
I ain't played a video
And I used to buy them every year. 10 years ago.
Some of the best deadbeats I know can play Madden on all Madden.
All day. Okay.
Right. They would beat the hell out their other kid and Madden all day.
And they don't have a conscience.
I mean, I think, how can you expect a woman to have faith in you? And that's part of the problem why cats can't keep a woman even if they get one. You can't expect this woman to have faith in you when you're not a real man and you can't possibly support the family.
Yeah, and then too, any woman of value, if she sees you have kids that you're not taking care of, she's not sticking. I mean, that doesn't even make sense.
Right. You're not a provider. Nobody dreams up and nobody grows up and says, I want to be with
Just lose.
Women plan families, so how the hell she gonna plan a family with a man who got a family and got kids he don't even take care of?
But this guy plans on being a rapper. He wants to be a rapper and he doesn't want to take on another job because it might interfere with his rap career.
Because he's about to blow.
That's fine. But he ain't gonna get a good woman.
Yeah.
Right.
You gonna get what you deserve in that instance. That's what you want to be a rapper. You looking for them kind of people that's gonna laud you and love you because you want to be rapper. You gonna get a good woman.
The rappers on the videos, they got pretty women on there, and they started off rapping. They got a bunch of kids and shit like Shorty Low and some other ones, you know.
Lil Wayne got about everybody pregnant, didn't he?
That's a real problem.
And that's another problem with black men.
I was about to say
they got false idols. They idolize ignorant ass dudes on television, knocking all these girls up, just wearing skinny jeans and shit. I mean, come on.
What's the matter with wearing spandex jeans?
Right. And you a man.
But it ain't nothing if you're a woman.
You're a man.
Or
If you're a man, it's a big problem.
Looking at your ass. How about that?
Stealing your sister's jeans.
Yeah, that's a
That's
problem.
a real problem. There's a lot of real problems with. I mean, a lot of cats never seen a real man, so they might not necessarily know what a real man is. But a lot of this shit, you know that ain't no damn real man.
Yeah, and
you can only use excuses with so much.
Yeah.
But I mean, that really is the case for a lot of guys.
And you can use that excuse for a little while, but I mean, come on. You can find people who are doing something with their lives enough for you to say, okay, I need to step my game up. There's no, you can't justify ignorance once you know you're ignorant or something.
But part of the problem is a lot of these dudes have been coddled from knee high to a grasshopper, and they don't know how to be a man.
And they find people who will coddle them. You get somebody around them. I've had workers for me who I tell them about themselves, and so they gotta quit. You know what I mean? They do some other ignorant stuff, cost me some money, get, you know, the police involved on the way they driving my trucks, and you tell them about themselves, and they want to quit.
Instead of correcting themselves, they shy away from the challenge to be better. You're supposed to want to be better.
I've had brothers that worked for me that I might have had to fire because they wanted to do underhand stuff and make $10 on the side doing this. You just fucked up your paycheck and the way you feed your kids to make $10.
Exactly.
That's not being a man. That's just being a fool, being an idiot.
See, part of the problem is these losers are growing up in this microwave society, and no one believes stuff takes time anymore. Everybody thinks that instant gratification. I'm gonna step out the door, I'm a millionaire, and life just doesn't really work like that. In the video, put this image there.
Right. And a lot of times it's looking at your neighbor's grass. It's looking at what the next man is doing and saying, you know what, I should have what he has or something like. Again, not being a man. A man is going to do what he got to do on his own. He might ask the next man, you know, what can he do to get where he's at, or you know, for a hand if he deserves it. But he's going to try to earn that help. He doesn't just feel like he just naturally deserves it because he was born.
Yeah, but a sucker thinks that everybody's supposed to give them something.
It's that entitlement.
Yeah.
I was about to say, it ain't nothing wrong with being a copycat as long as you copyright cat, right? That's how you learn. So if you wanna start a business, you talk to people who have a business. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And then you don't try to start their business.
I'm about to say, you just can't start a moving company. That don't make no sense.
Next door to them. You can start another moving company, but
Go to Maria or something.
go to another city. And you might be able to work with that person, and they might show you the ropes. But you have to talk to a personal trainer about how to start a moving company and never get it done when you could just talk to somebody that had a moving company about how to start a moving company.
Because he simply went to you, be like, hey man, you want to expand? I got some money, I
Actually,
can move out.
Actually,
See that simple that was?
Damn.
Yes.
Damn.
Where you gonna go? Akron? Cool, let's do it.
Right.
I'm gonna show you everything I know how to do.
Exactly.
That's what a real man do. That's not what they want to do. They don't understand the
real man
struggle.
does whatever they got to do to get on top. That's the underlying thing. A lot of guys think stuff is beneath them, and they ain't shit.
Nothing's
You ain't got a GED or a high school diploma, but you can't cut grass or put up drywall. I mean, come on. You know, I don't like that shit. My hands be getting really.
Right.
You know.
I mean, if you got a college degree and you can't find a job, and you got kids, you got to be prepared to shovel shit and work at McDonald's or wherever if you got to.
You gotta be creative. You gotta be creative.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You don't have that luxury.
Yeah, it's all about that victim mentality. They won't give me this, they won't give me that. And yeah, it is a little harder out here for black dudes to get ahead. I'll be the first person to say it. But there's never an excuse not to do what you gotta do to keep your family taken care of.
And
the moment you pop a kid out, you don't have the luxury to sit on your ass.
And not only that, that just goes to show you so many of these dudes out here are just selfish. You know, when it's no longer you have to be selfless.
Definitely.
Other people have to come above and before your comfort zone. So many people want to stay, well, so many dudes want to stay comfortable and don't want to step up out of this comfort zone. Like you said earlier, you might have to work McDonald's, you might have to cut some grass, you might have to shovel some snow, you might have to lift some shit.
But you got all four in one day.
But
you got to feed your family. That's your job.
Means necessary.
And then stop trying to hold back women who are trying to do something.
Yeah.
You know, I see it all the time just being in the gym atmosphere. Dudes go crazy when they women lose some weight.
Oh my
you know,
goodness.
dudes go crazy. Dudes get mad when their women get jobs.
They make them quit the gym, don't they?
Yeah,
they make them quit. They guilt them into quitting the gym.
Insecurity.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it
And
is.
it's a certain type of guy.
You're a punk, right? You just a punk. You a punk. You should want your woman to look good, feel good, do what she want to do.
You know, another thing about these dudes and why they can't find a woman is a lot of them act too much like women. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's no real point in a woman dating you if you remind her of her girls.
Right.
You know, she can't really be attracted to you if talking to you is like talking to her girlfriend. You know?
Or compete.
Yeah, the problem is a lot of these guys were raised by women and then they picked up their mannerisms.
Yeah.
They gossipers. You know, they're weak.
They used to be taken care of.
I mean, but they're weak. They're actually like. She's supposed to be able to come to you with her hardships. She's supposed to be able to come to you with the problems in her life. She come to you and say the sky's falling, your ass jump under the table. You know what I mean? That shit ain't doing nothing for nobody. How is she supposed to look at you like a man when she got to be the one to stand up and make shit happen?
You're a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I said it.
That's it.
You're a bitch.
Exactly.
And she feels that way. I mean, a woman has to know that she's safe. Mm-hmm. Needs to know that her man is going to do whatever he has to do to protect her. If it's a sound downstairs at 3 o'clock in the morning, she don't have to go down there. If she got a maid.
I have heard of guys who will bump their woman in the middle of the night because it's a sound in the house.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious. I wish I could call names, but I won't. But I heard of guys.
Give us the name.
Like straight up, you know, check on that. You know, and it's like, come on, really? I've heard of dudes who make the woman get rid of the mouse in the house.
Wow.
I mean, it's like, I'll be the first one to tell you, I hate fucking roads.
But even if I'm terrified,
put down the mouse trap.
If my woman's in the house, I would pick that little motherfucker up and toss him out.
Right.
Now, if my woman ain't there, I might have a nigga come get her. But
I'm gonna pay somebody this shit.
Exactly.
If she there, I'm crying on the inside. You don't need to know that this shit even exists.
I'm a karate man. I keep pain on the inside.
Right.
And that just goes to show you whatever happened to pride.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to pride. Because I would be down if a rodent or skunk or whatever animal got in the house and I look like a biatch in front of my girl in the house because I'm afraid.
I have a skunk in the house, we all turn into bitches. Because I'm gone! You gotta get creative. We all get the fuck out.
Get in the bathroom, close the door.
Nigga holds my house until I get somebody over here. Fuck it.
So you gonna run with that? You gonna run with that?
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm run with that. It's deep.
I might have to sacrifice one of the kids.
Shit, I feel
Slowest person getting 8.
I can't do shit with a skunk. Them motherfuckers got all the power. They don't need to move out the road when you about to hit
Right.
them. They just look at you like, do you want to do this?
You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But you know, they come with decision making. A lot of men don't want to make decisions in their relationship, which is kind of like being soft, like you're used to being taken care of. So, you know, I got a friend, married, and her husband will not make decisions. He just will not make any kind of decisions. And that you lose respect, and losing respect in relationships causes other kind of problems and other problems in relationship.
Infidelity.
Yeah, I was trying to. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's
She gonna say, I'm gonna go find a real man then, because you weak.
Right. I mean, you can't be no weak ass man and expect treatment like you're the man of the house, like you're the patriarch and all of that.
Yeah, you a sucker.
Right.
You need to get in a sucker's place.
Right.
She know you a sucker. You know you a sucker. That's a bad situation.
And also, you know, just kind of even thinking about that. That's why a lot of guys, even just dating, end up in the friend zone constantly.
Cause she see right through it.
It is.
That's also a problem why a lot of guys always end up in the friend zone.
Yeah.
No matter what female they deal with, they date, they wonder why she always ends up wants to be friends. Maybe sometimes you might remind her more of one of her girls than the man that can protect her or take care of his business in the bedroom or whatever. You're more like a friend.
That's painful right there.
She don't want to go to the movies with you, nigga. She want to go shopping.
Yeah, and that's a terrible spot to be in, man. You always have to define the line. Even if you want to be cool with a woman, if you're interested in her, let her ass know. Like, look, we can be cool. I'm not looking for a relationship right now, but I still like your ass. This shit is just not friendship.
Right, I require sex from you. That's what I want. And that's what you have to tell me. That's how you stay out the friend zone, and that comes from being assertive. That's how you stay out of the box.
I actually will keep you out the box though.
Let her know
I'm gonna want sex sometimes, so.
First date. So what do you want out of life?
Sex.
From you.
With you.
I'm a huge.
And if she call you tomorrow, that means she willing to give you sex.
There we go again.
Checkmate.
I got something else too. What about these dudes who don't have anything of their own, but they sit up and always be like, yeah, my dude got this and that and the other. My dude got this, that, and the other. How can a woman respect a dude like that?
Well, the thing about what men have to realize when it comes to women is women are attracted to the alpha male. If you are riding another dude's Johnson, then you are basically saying, hey, lady that I'm with, try him.
Right.
Because he's better than me.
And that might land
happier there.
And that might land you in the friend zone. Why she might, and one day she might come to you while y'all at the movies and you think it's a date and say, hey, what's up with your dude? Do you have a girl? You like, damn, we at the movies. Oh, you silly. Damn, you thought you done put on your Old Spice and shit and everything, and you think you doing something.
Old Spice?
Whatever them niggas wear. I'm not one of them, so I don't know what they wear.
What's that other stuff that the young people wear now?
X. You just raise your X all over the body.
Was watching the commercial and shit.
Right. You're black.
Trying to raise your black ass hair up to a point.
That friend zone is a motherfucker. You don't want, no man ever wants to be there. That's the worst feeling in the world when the woman, not that I know how it feels, but from my thoughts. This is my thoughts. But for a man to hear from a woman that he desires about the man that she actually desires.
And you know that a real soft dude feels special to be that guy.
Oh yeah.
That's how you know you soft as hell, when you are happy that she's confided in you about another dude.
Right. Man, you feel like one day you gonna be the one.
Yeah.
You're never gonna be the one.
You have no.
You already in the friend zone.
Oh yeah.
That's why she told you.
Your name might as well be Sally.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
You have no scrotum if you feel pride.
Another thing is, you know, a lot of times people stick in relationships too long. Just like we talked about last week with females, sometimes they might be attracted to the wrong guy and they'll stick around knowing that he's not the one and it's time to leave and it's been time to leave and they done left and came back. Fellas do the same thing all the time.
And then too with guys, they have to know when to leave, because for one, you holding her life up, you holding your life up. And a lot of times when you got kids involved and things like that, if you don't leave on time, you run the risk of really, really damaging the relationship between you and that woman. Because you just won't make a man's decision and end it when it needs to end.
Right.
Like a lot of guys know when they could have stepped away from their baby mama and avoided all the shit they going through now.
And they could have been friends and they could have been coming together to do this with the kids or do this and take care of things like grown people should. But now it's, I hate her.
Yeah.
And you didn't even have to hate her. And it's all those things that happen after that point.
Exactly.
Even if you're just dating. If you got a female and you know you dating her and you know she's kind of out here, or she kick it a little bit more than you like it, you would like your woman to kick it, or she hangs with all the females that you think she wouldn't, you know right then that it's time to leave. If you keep going down there and you get your heart broken, you have kids with her and realize you didn't had kids with a whore or you know whatever, that's your fault. Yeah. You knew when to leave, but your head wouldn't listen.
Right. You sat down and had that talk.
Yeah, right.
And stuff still ain't changed.
And then when you attach yourself to a certain level of female, you can basically, you got on real woman repellent. Yeah. If you are attached to a scallywag, some super promiscuous woman, and you got a kid by her or whatever the case may be, this moment a real woman gets a taste of her crazy ass, you can basically chalk it up. You ruin all your options because now you're a liability for anybody with any type of sense. They see her trying to start fights with them and playing that young ass street immature game. It's not worth it. Nobody's worth some random ass male or female trying to fight them on the street and messing with their car and trying to cause them to lose their job and shit like that. That shit just doesn't fly.
I mean, I think it's a couple causes of not leaving. One of them is just being too damn emotional and not knowing how to think with your head, you're thinking with your heart too much. And the other one is like we talked about, is just thinking with your Johnson too much and just being too damn horny. Some guys are just sleep with anything.
Exactly.
And they gonna keep sleeping with her because she's giving it to them.
Yeah. Sometimes, like you said, emotions can blind clear decisions. Yeah. And sometimes you be like, oh, I can't leave. And that's when people around you should give you some advice.
No, but damn that.
And a lot of times they do, but you know.
You know when it's time. Yeah. And a lot of times that emotion is fear. You afraid to be alone. And straight up, you a man. Get over that shit. Do what you gotta do and get out of that bad relationship. You know, a lot of guys try to use different little things. You know, she's a this or she's a that or she got this going on and that. Look, it ain't your job to save this woman and ruin your life in the process.
I mean, hell, if you sitting up thinking of reasons why you should stay, that's a reason why you should leave.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times, if you're dating a female, and you know, then you can honestly evaluate any relationship that you're in at any given moment. If you know that you're dating this female, and if she called you at any given moment and said, "I'm pregnant," you know what your reaction would be. Oh, we ain't playing it this way, but that's, you know, she's a good woman. Or, oh, damn, I gotta call my dude, Ed, what the fuck? Ed just I messed up. I don't know what I'm gonna do. If that's the answer, then you know you need to leave.
Yeah, you should never lay with a chick that getting pregnant would ruin your life.
Right.
Especially, now as a young dude, everybody done it. Everybody done, you know, mess with something they shouldn't mess with, but when you're grown, the game is supposed to change. You're not supposed to be in your 30s messing with a woman who you know will ruin your life at the first chance you have a permanent tie to him.
So, quit being a punk.
Stop being thirsty.
Yes.
The thirst is real and it needs to stop.